What is going on? Welcome back to Trending Stocks. Today we're going to talk to you about Faraday Future. Currently down 4.21%. I want to go over what is really happening and what's really not happening. So I want to go over all the things that you need to know. But first, make sure to hit that thumbs up. And with that, let's get right to it. So this stock, I didn't do a Faraday video the last 2 days because I've been waiting. Because at this stage, they haven't been putting out any news. No different than even today. So no SEC filings, no press releases. So this stock has been one of the most big question marks ever. And so essentially you have two different spectrums of the stock. You need its day-to-day life. So there is been the whole reverse stock split, which is stuck in limbo right now, right? So you have the whole reverse stock split that needs to be done, but they have not announced anything one bit. YT did a video, I think it was like 3 days ago or whatever, kind of just talking about some potential news that might be coming out in the foreseeable future, but nothing about the whole reverse stock split. And I've done extensive amount of videos on how I do believe that it is 20 consecutive trading days that it needs to trade above $1. So logically, meaning it would have had to have occurred on the 5th. So effective August the 5th. Clearly today we are in the 9th. So already that's out the window. So if the NASDAQ already has a mentality of 20 days, well, regrettably, I've had some comments asking like, what if Faraday is wrong? Can they just appeal to the NASDAQ? No. NASDAQ would not give two shits about Faraday being incompetent and not really doing the reverse stock split when to kind of rectify the 20-day rule. Again, that's on the higher side of that. They wouldn't care. They'd get a Form 25, Faraday would get knocked down to OTC, and as what even management has stated during the investor community day, during 𝗪𝗧𝗛𝗧's speech, they need to stay on the NASDAQ for liquidity purposes. If not, they are going to pretty much dwindle out and goodbye. So it is very interesting, and today being Friday, normally companies do put out negative news on Fridays, as what I've stated in the past about the whole definitive or preliminary 14A was 100% on point about the timeliness of that. So if they do not put anything out today, then they are going to clearly have the mentality that it's going to be 10 days. That's where Faraday is basing everything off of. And they are going to be wrong. They're going to be in for a shock of a lifetime. So it's interesting. So you have that spectrum that's kind of stuck in limbo, as well as you have the whole UAE deal that they've been really pushing for a while now, especially through Omar, and just a lot of different scenarios have not really gone according to plan. And like I've stated, you really need to trust management at this stage in the game. In order, once the whole reverse stock split and the raising of authorized shares from the shareholder meeting was approved, you need to trust management 100%. And they can either make or break where Faraday is at, like very, very easily. So again, you need to trust them massively. But so far, the fact that no bridging, no UAE deal has been announced, and just the timeliness of the whole reverse stock split, yeah, it's kind of crazy. And just for transparency purposes, I really don't give a crap if you guys sell. I've stated this time and time again. I don't care if you buy, sell, hold, whatever. I am just spreading information. I'm not a hedgy, and I kind of find it comical, even if you want to think of me as a hedgy, whatever floats your boat. But there is even larger accounts, even on YouTube, such as this. So 𝗪𝗪𝗡𝗘𝗧𝗧, Cash, who has 175,000 subscribers, did have a roughly around a 50,000 view video just on how the whole Faraday craze and meme stock spiked, and how it's just, I don't know, it's kind of comical if you think about it. And they do bring up that Maximum Purpose, who is, I believe, one of the moderators on the Reddit page. Yeah, honestly, from my understanding of him, he is not the brightest bulb, and clearly based on this, he's being called out. So this is why, make sure you guys do your own due diligence. Don't blindly follow idiots. And yeah, so even when it comes down to what I say, double check it, do your own research. This is why when I do go over new information, I actually show you physically where in the NASDAQ rulings it is. I go through it with you. So that way, if you guys disagree, pop over to the NASDAQ rulings, and that way you guys can kind of review absolutely everything. So yeah, it's a very interesting scenario. And when it comes to the latest EV stats that was just announced yesterday, it did show a increase in China. So China sales are up 23% year over year, Europe down 5%, and the States down 3.8%. So Faraday, I don't know, Faraday is in a very sticky scenario. You do see clearly a contraction happening in Europe and also the States. So this is why I've even stated very important that Faraday does that pivot to that lower price vehicle, because nobody wants what they're selling, plain as day. And the fact that they even did have to push back the delivery date, it kind of works out because I think it's more meaningful where they're doing it, just the location. But still, it's not a good image. Actually, pretty much nothing from Faraday right now is a good image. But like I said, I might be biased. I've been covering them for 2+ years, and I know firsthand management has lied numerous times, and to the point where I even have stated, like, I'm surprised that they don't have a lawsuit against them for physically putting out news and lying. And even as of right now, I'm surprised that there isn't. But yeah, it's kind of a very unique circumstance. Again, I'm just giving you guys information. Hopefully they do put out the UAE deal and bridging, and they pivot and announce a reverse stock split. Hopefully everything goes according to plan, and then Faraday is able to live a full, fun lifestyle and make everyone rich. But I think there's just a lot of risks right now. And shorts, though, they're kind of a unique circumstance as well. So they are returning 280,000 shares. So I already see on social media saying, a lot of people are saying that it is shorts the culprit on why Faraday is going down. Well, that's not necessarily the case. Those individuals that think it is shorts the culprit, you need to really look at the debt instruments that Faraday is using, because that is more damaging than shorts have ever been. But still, 8.16% of the free float is being shorted, works out to be 35.69 million shares overall being shorted. Utilization 86.1 or 86.81, and then short score is 65.26. So all in all, like I said, there's a lot, underline a lot of stuff that is stuck in limbo that Faraday does need to really address. One of which is just the financing, UAE, because technically Faraday did put their name on that, saying that's the whole reason why they wanted to raise the authorized share count, is to accommodate the UAE entity kind of buying in, which in my opinion, as soon as I saw that, I called BS, because that's not how it works. They're raising the AS because all the notes. The lower the share price, the more convertible shares there are, and thus kind of that damaging effect that does happen time and time again. So that's why they need to raise the authorized share count, because if not, if they get into a very sticky scenario where they have no shares to issue, but they owe these entities, they are going to get hit with quite a penalty. I think it's like at least 50,000 at the very bare minimum from what I've seen in other companies. So yeah, it's going to be a very interesting time. So let me know your thoughts on Faraday. Do you think that they are going to be doing a reverse stock split next week? Or do you guys think that they think maybe it's only 10 days and that it's going to be effective? Here, let me pull up a calendar. So that would be effective on the 19th. So do you think it's going to be effective 19th, or they're going to do it next week? What's your thoughts? And as well, when it comes down to the whole UAE deal, do you think that's still kind of something on the table, or do you think that's going to get kind of just quashed like many other promises that Faraday has done in the past? Don't forget to hit that thumbs up and subscribe. I always greatly appreciate that. And one final thing, take advantage of this promo. Simply sign up for a new account, throw $100 at it. They give you 5 free stocks. It's been extended up until the end of August. Kick-ass deal. Link in the description below and also the comments. With all that said, appreciate all of you watching.